What's up, this is VincaniTV, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do the splits. There's two different types of splits. There's the splits this way and also the splits this way. So I'm going to be breaking this tutorial into two parts, and we're going to start off with the splits this way. So the first thing you guys want to do in order to get ready to stretch out and to make it most effective is warm up. If you don't warm up, your muscles are cold, they're not going to be able to stretch as nicely. So the first thing you want to do is actually warm up, and I would say top rock for a good 10-15 minutes. Really get your blood flowing. If you don't dance, just do like 200 jumping jacks. Get your blood flowing, you know, get your body and muscles ready to stretch out. The next thing I want you guys to do is called rising kicks, and I got this from when I used to do martial arts. And it's very simple. You're going to start off from a front stance, as we call it in martial arts. So you can start off from a fighting stance where you have both knees bent, and you're going to reach forward with your leg, kicking it up and back. So we're going to do 10 of those just to warm up. So we go 1, back, 2, and back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is really gonna kind of warm up your hamstring muscle, which is right here, which is one of the main muscles essential for doing splits this way. So as you do it, you should notice your leg going a little bit farther each time. Do that on both sides, because you definitely want to be able to do splits both ways, not just one way, because then your body is going to be a little bit imbalanced. Another way to kind of simulate this with your quadricep, which is the other muscle group you're going to be using, is kicking your leg backwards. So you can have your legs on a wall, your hands on a wall, and kick your leg back like this. Don't try to kick too hard because you don't want to hurt yourself. So kind of take it lightly and slowly go a little bit farther, right? And do the same thing 10 times on each side. So now we're going to get into the actual stretches. And as I mentioned earlier, you have two muscle groups for the splits. First is your hamstring, which is the back of your leg right here, and then also the quadricep, which is right here. In order to stretch out for the splits, you want to work both of those muscle groups, because if they're both tight, then you're going to have a little bit of trouble actually going into the splits. So we're going to start off with the hamstring. You're going to have one leg forward and one leg bent in, and you just want to practice going down. At this point, one of the most important things for stretching is breathing. If you're not breathing, if you have like slow breaths, you're gonna have a little bit of trouble stretching. So the point of this is actually to relax. If your mind is like all stressed out, your muscles are gonna be stressed out. So you have to be able to relax your mind in order to really relax your body. So take a deep breath in through your nose, and then you breathe out through your mouth, and you reach down as low as you can. You're gonna continue that the entire time. Each time you breathe out, you should go a little bit lower until you're all the way down, right? Really getting this hamstring stretched out. You can do this on both legs. Here, same thing, deep breath in, and breathe out, and go all the way down, right? The more you can do this stretch, the easier the actual splits is gonna be. So standing, you could do the same exact stretch, but with your leg against the wall, or on top of a chair or something like that. So you put your leg up here, and this kind of simulates like how your body's going to be when you do the splits. Your body's going to be straight up, your leg is going to be sticking right out of it, right about here. So if you have it here, it kind of helps you simulate actually doing the splits. So it's here, same thing, you reach down, you go as low as you can. If you can only go this far, that's fine. Just remember, every breath, every time you breathe out, you're gonna go lower and lower and lower until you could actually reach your head to your knee, and then eventually reaching your chest all the way to your knee, right? Again, keeping this leg completely straight. If you're bending like this, it doesn't do you any good. It's just gonna, cause yourself some complaining. So make sure your leg is straight the entire time. So the next muscle group that you wanna stretch out is your quadricep. And there's a couple of main stretches you guys could do to help get this a little bit more flexible. First one is actually lunging forward and actually leaning like your hip back. And again, you're just kind of simulating that leg being, straight back as you do the splits. So you're lunging forward, and as you get more and more flexible, what you could do is get lower to the ground, actually reaching your hands to the ground, and eventually putting your elbows down. Doing that is really just gonna kind of loosen this up, this area all the way to your knee. And after you get there, you're gonna put your knee down. Of course, it's a lot nicer if it's a soft surface, but you know, you get what you pay for. So you're gonna put your leg up, grab with your foot, and actually just pull it right here. This is really gonna stretch out your quadricep a lot. It might even hurt a little bit at first, so really take it slowly. Don't just yank on it as hard as you can, and get this really comfortable. Do each of these stretches a good like 10 to 20 seconds each. And after you get there, this is actually a stretch that might take a little bit longer for you to get used to, but you can actually lay down on your leg, and you kind of think of it as if you're like sitting like this, except you put this leg back, straight back. If you can't get to this point, start with the first stretches I showed you and then work your way to here. After you get here, if you want to stretch out like the side of like your hip, you're gonna lay down like this, but for the splits, what you're gonna do is actually push back. And if you can see, this kind of simulates how the splits is. Your leg is straight back, and to actually do the full splits would be to have this leg straight forward. So now what we're gonna do is get into the actual stretching for the splits. So actually having our legs split like this and lowering it slowly to the ground. If you have trouble doing this, what you could do is have two chairs right here. Have your hands planted on the two chairs and slowly lower yourself using your elbows. The whole idea of this is to have your legs completely relaxed and to just have the weight on your hands. You know, it'll be some slight strengthening for your arms, but for the most part, what we're trying to do is get your legs to relax and go lower and lower and lower. We're gonna do this stretch for a good minute. This is not something you're just gonna do and get out of. We're gonna do it for a good minute just to really get into this relaxed state. So we're like this. You're gonna slowly go down and have your hands to the floor. Again, each breath you take in, and breathe out, you're gonna go lower and lower and lower. Right? Once you can get to this point, go as far as you can. I know most people aren't gonna be able to get here at first, but even if you're like this, what you're gonna do is reach down. So, since I'm already here in the splits, I'm gonna reach down and stretch like this, stretching out my hamstring mainly. And after I hold this for a good like 20 to 30 seconds, I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna lean back. Same thing, stretching out my hip and my quadricep right here. So leaning back. Same thing, hold it for about 30 seconds. Make sure you have deep breathing. You're gonna notice that after a while your legs might feel a little bit tingly. It's really just your blood your blood circulation being cut off. So again, breathing is really gonna help. After that, you're gonna get out of this stretch. You're gonna switch legs. Same thing. Again, if you could only go this far, just start from here, leaning down, and then same thing, leaning back. And as you get comfortable with this, inch by inch, you lower yourself until you're in the full splits. Same thing, lean down, 30 seconds, and then lean back, 30 seconds. Another way you could stretch is by leaning against a wall and having one of your friends grab your legs and basically lift it up as far as you could go. You're pretty much gonna hold this for about 20 seconds, and once you feel comfortable at this point, you're gonna have them lift you up even farther. And if you're flexible, you'll probably go, you know, a lot farther, but if you're not, then you'll probably be maybe an inch or so more. So you're gonna hold this for another 20 seconds and then switch to the other leg. So you could also do the same exact stretch from the floor by laying down and having one of your friends help you out. So you lay down, you put your leg up, and you have your friend push your leg as far as you could go. You're gonna hold this for 20 seconds and then have them push you a little bit farther. And then after you hold this for another 20 seconds, then you're gonna switch to the other leg. All right, you guys, so that is my splits tutorial. Make sure you guys stay tuned for part 2, where I'm gonna be teaching the splits this way. So you guys are fully flexible in every direction with your legs. Make sure you guys also subscribe to my channel, where I'll be posting lots more dance tutorials, stretching tutorials, everything you could possibly think of. All right, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.